What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning to this episode of Right on Cue Podcast. As always, I am your host, Logan Chestnut. Joining me tonight is my barbecue brother, Mr. Houston Lyle, and together our powers unite. I love this part to make the small batch barbecue. Shazam!
Shazam!
And then the third wheel, as always, is AJ Johnson of the Norella Barbecue Team.
There you go.
The big wheel, though.
Yeah,
It's a big wheel, man. I mean, his wheel, aka second place chicken, is a little bigger than ours. Bravo, man!
Congratulations!
Bravo.
Way to go!
Appreciate it.
Well
for
earned.
sure. Suck it, Norella. What?
How'd y'all do in pork?
Better than y'all.
Hey,
At least, hey.
AJ, hold on, buddy. Hold on. Hey, I have got our official clock for the
Oh,
next
good.
contest.
We're using an antique now.
Yeah. So it's gonna be good. It's like, all right,
There you go.
pork turn-ins in 2 ounces. So we got it. We're gonna be good next time.
There you go. Maybe
Logan,
this
Put it around Houston's neck.
How much
Maybe
more
this
sand,
weekend.
How much more sand do we have until pork turn in?
yeah. You know,
Man, we got that quicksand, baby. That quicksand went fast. A little 2 seconds too fast. I was gross
this
too.
weekend we don't have pork, so maybe you have a chance.
Maybe, dude. You never know. I mean, I never underestimate my ability to suck.
No, man.
I'm like Kentucky football. Like we find creative ways to lose. Like I thought my pork was some of the best I ever cooked, and then
I agree.
Yeah.
Just
man.
One of our best.
Yeah, when I
efforts
walked
in
by-
every category.
And I mean, you gave me that piece of pork. I was like, man, this is really good.
we never
really
tenderness. I mean, flavor is subjective, but
The tenderness
tenderness.
spot on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
No, I thought
mean,
it was
we all-
one of our stronger all-around cooks.
I did too. Tell us how the
Except for
score.
those 2 seconds.
Well, apparently, we didn't put enough Sweet Baby Rays on ours for them judges. Our ribs, they did not bear so well, man.
Wrist
No,
is rough,
but,
man. Wrist is
You
rough this
know,
weekend.
it does like soften the blow of a category DQ.
It does, man. I tell you what, if we were like Wheeze, who laid
Yeah.
the
Yeah, shout out to Weeze, man. First
Shout out
person
to
to say
Wheeze beating all our asses and
Man,
just
just
kicking
like-
ass, taking that. I told Houston though. I said whenever like Wheeze posted his turn-in boxes on social media, I was like, fuck.
Oh, dude, you called it
good.
when we logged in before
Oh.
they started calling them. That
I said
yesterday.
Wheeze is gonna win this hands down, and I didn't know he was
Weeze is
gonna
take it
win
all.
to it. Yeah, it's like Tyson Jake Paul fight, man. He just like wham wham wham.
Yeah, it was
Just
rough.
kicked our ass. Came down from Illinois and kicked all our asses.
Have you been watching any of his training videos?
Tyson's,
Yeah.
dude, that
Rough.
is he is a monster.
Gangster, man.
I still wouldn't fight him with a baseball bat.
And I think Jake is like,
no.
I think
wouldn't
Jake
fight
is like
him with
low key
anything-
scared.
No,
I
I
would
wouldn't
be.
fight him with anything under a 40 caliber weapon.
Right.
Dude, Houston, he could walk up to our table and it'd be like not old school, bro. John Belushi, help me out here. Animal House.
Animal
Where
House,
they're-
yeah.
They're at the bar. Gotta dance with your ladies. We'd be like, yes, sir. Yes, you can dance with our
We were
ladies.
just leaving.
We were just leaving. Bye, girls. Mike Tyson. Don't talk about his voice.
Dude, I
Man.
watched a training video of him the other day, and he was they were clipping in bits of an interview they did with him like a year or two ago, where he was talking about how much he hated himself at this point in his life because he was so far gone from being that competitor, and how upset he was about it. I'm like, bro, you do know like Iron Mike wasn't the most stable dude like when he was riding high.
No, dude, he was like Gary Busey crazy back in his prime.
Right. Hey, this dude
I
hadn't
eat
fought
jam,
in
I eat
20
honey,
years.
and I kiss it on the lips.
Right, this dude hadn't fought in 20 years, and you're about to climb in the ring with him.
I fucking hate Jake Paul. I mean, I've said this, I'll say it again. Like, I hate Jake Paul. Like, I'm gonna tune in if there's pay-per-view. Like, I think Tyson, like, he's just gonna go into it like, all right, this is a money bout, and then Tyson's gonna be like, yeah, it's just for money, and then he's gonna get punched one time. He's like, this little white boy, fuck this dude.
No, dude, he's gonna step around one of those jabs and throw a liver buster or throw a rib shot at him after stepping one of those jabs. And I was watching him spar the other day on YouTube, and I was like, dude, I wouldn't fight that guy even now.
No, he's got he's a killer. AJ, you got Netflix, don't you, AJ?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's the only way you can watch that Love Is Blind, right? Dude, my wife watches that.
I think your wife and the majority of the women between 25 and 50 in America are probably checking that shit out.
Dude, my favorite show like that, I usually don't watch shows, but somebody, I listened to a podcast and somebody mentioned maybe it was Shane Gillis, Love on the Spectrum. That show is awesome.
Yeah.
I love how just like blunt they are. It's like, tell like it is. It's like, I think you're pretty. You think I'm pretty. We're very pretty people. And that's what dating should be, though, man. It's like, I like you, you like me. How you doing?
Right. I am this person.
Yeah.
I'm this person. All right. It's either gonna work or it won't.
Yeah. Tell my daughter, like, that's how Daddy used to date back in the day. You used to have to like get rejected in person.
Now you're on the internet.
Now it's like,
what's up?
Yeah, dude, it's like swipe. Like, no, I got rejected in person, and I took it like a man.
Right, you didn't have to wait to get rejected on 15 different app platforms.
Yeah,
I got ghosted by 99 women.
Right.
No, man. Well, I'm so happy I'm not in that world right now. Shout out to all you single people. Good luck.
May the odds be ever in your favor. It's the Hunger Games up in that bitch.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. Just don't make any Twilight comments.
Oh, don't hate on the Twihards.
The Twihards. You know your Team Edward.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all day, every day. I don't want to be one of the werewolves.
No,
man, I want to be sparkly.
Sparkly, dude. Are we? What? I've been thinking about this for the pod. I feel like I listen to a lot of podcasts. AJ, you're the nicest guy on this podcast, so let me direct this to you. At what point do you think the social media stars, right? All of us right here, this guy and that guy, the social media studs, and the guy that's coming on soon.
Yeah.
When do you think we start throwing some heavy shade at Mr. Gray and the KCBS board?
Oh,
AJ, I know my answer, but I don't hear AJ's answer.
Man,
spill the tea.
Kind of a tough subject, man, because they treat backyard like crap.
Thank you.
In my opinion, I mean, you
Shots
see
fired.
that trophy right here. It's a nice trophy.
Yes.
Worked out hard all year, get team of the year, and I think it was $225.
You got you half a cart of groceries at Publix. Congratulations.
I was like, man, granted, it's better than nothing, but you would think it'd be a little bit more than that.
Yes, dude, the amount of money and effort you put in last year, and like we put in.
You have won a moderate Costco shopping spree.
Yeah. But I think definitely something needs to be done about the scoring system for sure. It's not the organizer's fault, but it does suck. You have to watch your wars online or on the phone and not be able to celebrate with your friends. And, that kind of sucks. Go ahead. I was gonna say it's happened twice to me, and it's not a good feeling.
Yeah, I do want to fully put this out there for the pod viewers, all 15 of you guys. Thank you, but I do want to be fully transparent that we did. Logan and I did pull a time-based DQ this weekend, and that I don't want this to be misconstrued as influencing my opinion at all on this matter, because the rules are the rules. It was our fault.
That was our fault. That's us.
And the DQ had nothing to do with what became the scoring issue later on in the day. But I think it's absurd that a tournament of that size is being run off of like napkins, like scorecards that are, like napkin quality. Like,
yeah, I mean that's why I feel like the CBA is like is leapfrogging, like they're modernizing themselves. I feel like the KCBS. Well, granted, the average KCBS judge is and like what solid
work very hard and care a lot.
They would also be our main listeners when we do our Western shows, our Western podcast with Rusty. Like the 60, probably the 60 to 80 range is the average judge.
Yeah.
Which,
as far as I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, thank you, judges, for doing what you do, and I truly appreciate everything y'all do, because without you guys, we couldn't do what we do. But I don't know. I feel like there should be more accountability. Like I was telling you, Houston. Like, this isn't coming from a salty place, but like one of our judges' average score when I checked, because I mean, yeah, whatever. My food sucked that day, and that's fine. But Houston, put that pen down. One of the judges' average score was 27. Like, that's preposterous. That judge is a vegan.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, there is no one at this tournament or at any comp that we have been to, that I feel like does not have access to some smart device.
Yes.
Whether that's a tablet or a smartphone or a laptop. And the idea that all of this is still being done on carbon paper with pens and then tabulated like in that manner is it's silly, given what we have available to us. I mean, QR codes are nothing to obtain.
Oh, I totally agree, and I can't wait to talk to Alonzo here shortly about the CBA and his thoughts on that, and how, because they got some huge contests down in Texas. I mean, everything's bigger in Texas.
200 plus teams at these rodeos.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, so I don't know. It's something that we're going to be addressing on this podcast, because why not?
But I kept coming back to the talk we had with Robles. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? It's all running together. But, I mean, the idea that a guy like Fred Robles is going to turn in chicken thighs and then get back a scorecard based on wings.
Yeah, that was our buddy. Yeah, that was crazy.
And what recourse do you have to challenge that at that point? And how would you even go back and reconstruct the scoring that was supposed to have happened? Right.
No, man, I don't know, man. I mean, we can and we will, I think, do an entire podcast on, things that, right the ship and the disrespect the backyard gets. But man,
I don't want to be misconstrued as criticizing any of the individual judges.
No, it's an organization as a whole.
Right. And it's an antiquated system that they're using to score this. And I don't think it's going to work going forward.
We'll see, man. We'll see, buddy. But all right, guys, enough fun talk.
Enough jibber jabber.
Enough jibber jabber. The Tiki Talkies. Speaking of Tiki Talkies and YouTube, man, we got a celebrity in the house.
Oh, good.
The big man, Mr. Alonzo from Gulf Coast Smoke.
If
you guys hadn't seen this man on YouTube or Facebook, he has a podcast, then open a window from the rocket one which you live under and check him out, dude. He's a stud. So without further ado, let's welcome to the stage Mr. Alonzo. What's up,
going on?
Woo.
What's going on?
Hey.
Man?
I sound like a strip club DJ. Coming to the stage, Candy.
Let's put our hands together for Candy. She's available for private dances.
Yeah, sorry about the gigantic headset. So I like to game too, right? So this is just like my setup here.
Dude,
I got you.
Solid.
Hey, if we go on gamer headsets,
there you go. All day, man.
I can get it to pair up.
Oh yeah, here, yeah, me too.
There you go.
Second drop
How y'all doing today? Y'all doing good?
We are doing fine, brother, man. How's the T-ball? The kid hit a homer?
So he hit a single and he scored on his first at bat. So man, we're pretty stoked for him, bro.
Heck
Good
yeah,
deal.
man. Let's go, baby.
Oh yeah, we were pretty happy, man. He's a little bit shy, so it's great for him to just be out there and hanging out with other kids and doing stuff like that. It's just it's awesome, man.
Absolutely.
It is fantastic,
How
dude.
old's the little one?
So he's 4. We also have a 6 and an 8-year-old. So the
All
other
right.
the 6 and the 8-year-old are girls, so they do dance and ballet. They're not doing any baseball or anything, but
You teaching them those moves?
man, I've been trying to get my oldest daughter into Kids Q, and I think she's a little afraid of the fire. Like, I think that's what freaks her out.
It's a
Because
very natural reaction.
I think it was kind of my fault, man, because of course I stress like, hey, this is really serious. You can get very hurt with this, so you have to be very careful, which is all true. But I think I scared her just a little bit, you know.
No, I get it, man. My kid's like the exact opposite. She inherited that from her father. Like, we're pyromaniacs.
Yeah.
And like my daughter's like, ooh, fire. Let me touch it. That's all I learned as a kid. Lick the socket and you'll learn.
Hey, they're only going to do it once.
Yeah.
Explains a lot with you, Logan.
You
Explains
know.
a lot with you, Logan.
Shut up, okay? No, man. So, Mr. Alonso, dude, tell us. Like I said, we are continuing the celebration that is Texas Month,
Mhm.
and we are so happy to have you on. For those that don't know you in this area, I know you're huge in Texas and the surrounding areas, but for those who don't know you, can you tell our guests a little bit of the origin story of Gulf Coast Smoke?
Yeah, sure. Well, first off, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. It's means a lot that you guys invited me on, so thank you for that.
It means a lot to us.
Oh no, man, dude, you guys are. I've been watching, the interviews you guys have been doing. Y'all are doing great. So just obviously keep doing what you're doing. I love to
Thank
see
you.
barbecue growing. I think it takes people like us and you guys to continue to put out barbecue content. Otherwise, people won't know what we're doing out there. That's why we try so hard to put out good barbecue content.
Amen.
But yeah, man, I mean, so my wife Sabrina and I, so she's not able to be on because the son had the T-ball game. She's with him. But man, we've been together for over 13 years now.
Congratulations.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. And man, when we first got together, we worked at a local grocery store called HEB. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
I've heard of Heb.
Yeah, so we worked together at HEB, and at HEB they used to give us free stuff. Like every month there would be like a free perk. It was called a partner perk, right? And man, a lot of the times we'd get beans, and then her and I would go pick up chicken, and we just she had an apartment in Ingleside, and man, we would just go and cook in her backyard all the time, and it's really where it was like our zen. It's what we love to do. So we were doing it 3-4 times a week, and not really making that great of food, but it was just a blast. And then over time, we got married, we had kids, we bought our own home, and then we really started getting into it. Hey, let's learn how to cook a slow cooked brisket and delicious ribs and all this stuff, and watching a lot of Malcolm Reed, all that stuff, just like all of us.
Shout out Malcolm.
Shout out Malcolm. Yeah, of course. I think every one of us has probably been binge watched so many of those videos.
Gotta learn how to barbecue
absolutely.
right.
Yeah. And then so, man, I mean, it just, I just kept buying grills and buying grills and buying grills. And man, we just, one day my wife was like, hey, why don't we start a YouTube channel? And that's kind of just where it really took off. There's some stuff in between, but it would take me forever to explain everything. But my wife just told me, hey, let's start a YouTube channel. I think that you would be good in front of the camera, and we'll see what happens. And man, in the beginning, I can honestly say, if you go back and watch our first videos, they're pretty horrible, but you just keep going, you keep doing it, and you hope to get better over time. And man, now we're just doing it. This is we feel like this is what we're supposed to do in life. And while we're not doing it full time, we really enjoy it. It's something we do as a family. And my wife films and edits every single video now. I used to do it in the past, but now that's her full-time thing. And man, I guess we'll just see where this takes us in life.
Man, that's awesome, dude. Like,
Heck
y'all,
yeah.
let's see. Like, so what did you like your first video? You're like, did you do the typical like Malcolm Reed like how-to videos like early on, or?
Absolutely. So my first ever video, was I cooked a Snake River Farms brisket, and it was on my
Wow.
Weber. Yeah, for
Dang.
the first
Snake
video
River.
ever. Yeah, I cooked the Snake River
That's that
Farms
Texas
black.
oil money down there, boys.
Oh yeah, no,
There you go.
man.
I'm
so,
going A9 or bust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I cooked the A9. I'm sorry, I cooked a snake on my Weber Smoky Mountain, and man, it just, like I said, it was horrible. It really, truly was. The audio was bad. I was filming by myself at that time, so I just had a camera. I didn't realize that. What's going on, brother? I had a camera in front of me. I wasn't looking at the screen. I had no idea what was going on. And then after maybe like 3 to 5 videos, I told my wife, I was like, hey, I really need your help here. I don't know what's going on. I can't get the shot focused. And so she started picking up the camera, and to me, the rest is the history. I don't think people realize that she is the reason that like our videos are, in my opinion, they are very good. It's because of her. It's not because of me.
No, man. I think it's awesome that, we're all, all of us here are married, and I think it's awesome that, you guys, kind of tag team this hobby of your own and kind of, made it, it's kind of an obsession, I think, for all of us at this point. I mean, who are we kidding? But I think it's cool that it's something that you guys can do as a married couple, that's enjoyable for both of you, like if it was up to me and my wife, I mean, we'd be doing a Bravo podcast right now instead of barbecue, but that's cool. You're both in the barbecue. So, but no, I appreciate it, man. So what, I was going to jump into this later, but it's a good segue to it. So like, I just checked 37,000 followers.
Yeah.
That's a good milestone. That's huge, man. That's really huge.
Sure.
What do you think that you guys did, or like was there something, did you have something go viral, or like what led to that growth?
Yeah, so I think it's a few things, right? So we have had a couple of videos that have went a little bit viral, but I think also like, man, our Weber Smoky Mountain videos do really well. People love to learn how to cook on those things because it's a really accessible smoker for many people, right? Like
the gateway drug.
Yeah, exactly. And there's not very many people that are just going to go out and buy an $8,000 offset smoker, but they're willing to spend $300 on Marketplace and get a Weber Smoky Mountain, and it's just a great start for people.
Right, go hit up Ace Hardware and pick one up.
Exactly. And so I think that it's really relatable for the backyard cook, and we've done a lot of those videos, and it's been like a growth, right? So now we're seeing a lot of the same people comment on every video, and we've started mixing in a lot of competition videos, which hopefully you guys have seen those. We put a lot of work into those.
Yeah, those are awesome, man.
Yeah, no, it's and that's kind of what I was getting to, is that I think we've tried everything, right? We're not afraid to try something new. Like we weren't afraid to say, hey, let's pick up the camera and go to a competition and film just about everything we do, which is not typical for, I mean, you guys know this. It's not really typical to share secrets, right?
Sure.
But for us, it's not so much about sharing secrets. It's about showing what we like to do and showing people the process of it, right? It's about waking up at, 5 a.m, tired. Your voice doesn't sound very good. It's all real stuff, right? And I think that people really enjoy seeing both sides of barbecue, the backyard side, and then, of course, the competition side. And there's also a bunch of people that hate competition barbecue. You guys know this.
Yeah,
sure.
There's people that hate everything. I mean,
half chicken secrets, Mark. Yeah, shout out Mark. I was actually just at his house the other day. He was showing me some Mississippi brisket skills, and then also made some absolutely fire pork spare ribs on his outlaw drum, on his outlaw smoker. And
it's an outlaw drum. They get into the drum sound.
So we're working on getting me off of drums and towards an outlaw. So that's why we got together and we hung out. And man, he made some amazing ribs. So shout out Mark, shout out Anthony, Zach, Chance. Some of my buddies are in the chat. Thank y'all for tuning in to this.
Yes, thank y'all for tuning in.
Sure.
And if y'all aren't, follow these guys on Facebook, YouTube, everything. Follow them.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What he said. No.
Heck yeah.
Go ahead.
So I was gonna say, we talking about drums and everything like that. So, you mentioned that trying to get from drums and go to Outlaw Smoker. So what type of drums are you using right now?
So currently I'm using 3 Race Crews and 1 Gateway.
Gotcha.
And honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, I absolutely love them. It almost doesn't make sense for me to move away from them, but I do miss feeding sticks to a fire. I just miss it. I think there's something about it, waking up and sitting next to the fire. It's a little bit warm. You're throwing sticks in there. Man, that's, to me, barbecue. With drums, you guys know it's get it to 300, taper off your vent, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was about to say fiddle with the vents a couple times.
Yeah.
for sure, man.
Now, what is it you like? So you said, did you start off like competition on drums, or did you start for your Weber kettle? Like, what led you to drums in general?
So I actually started with my Weber Smoky Mountain and my Weber kettle, and then I bought a TMG Fridge 48, and that's not a competition cooker at all. But I yanked it out there. I of course I had the canopy just like all of us when we start. And man, we started doing pretty good. I actually got an RGC with that big old thing. And and it was, again, not a competition cooker. But when I swapped to drums was when I bought an enclosed trailer. And I set it up for me to do all my prep inside. And then it's like, well, why would I pull 2 trailers, one for the pit and one for my enclosed? Might as well just throw some drums in the back of the enclosed and then go from there.
No, that's kind of how we started. We started off with, well, first off, our buddy's camper he let us borrow that we just drank for pretty much, and then
I was going to say it was really just like a bourbon closet.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I bought a camper, and then like someone had to haul down the grills, and then we stayed in the camper, and then I bought a 5th wheel, and then
I do miss that 5th wheel.
I know that 5th wheel was nice, and then then you know what, we got our current rig, which I love, the cook trailer, and it does help out tremendously, especially in that bad weather.
Oh man, being comfortable makes the hugest difference ever. Just being comfortable.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So other than the camper, and you getting a rig, Logan, it seems like nothing changed.
Pretty much.
No, I mean, we drink a lot less. I tend to wake up with fewer like Sharpie marker dicks drawn on my face.
There you go.
I'll step that game up. I apologize, Houston. I've been slacking here lately.
And maybe that's what it is.
Hey, gonna send Billy over there this weekend with you.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. We ain't got enough beer for him, dude. Did he help you cook at all? He said he was your partner. I mean, I bet he did better than Justin did, but I mean, that was so bad.
I didn't realize he was with you until maybe like about an hour of him being over at our trailer. And I was just like, at one point, I was like, "Who's Duck Dynasty here with?"
No, he was a good.
He was so funny, dude.
Oh yeah, but man, he's a funny guy. He got a little bit of sauce Friday night, but Saturday Saturday he was a big help Saturday with boxes and stuff and helping me out for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So going back to our guest,
y'all are good.
Back to talking Norala.
Yeah, no one cares about Norala. I've said this many times.
Oh man.
Yeah. So tell me, like, so we talked.
I care, AJ.
Don't talk about, bro.
He didn't know you were until he came on the show, AJ. No one cares.
It's okay. That's fine. That's fine. No. Knows now.
He didn't know me either until I reached out to him. No. So tell me, we talked to Fred and we talked to Bill so far this month. Tell me like about the CBA, because I know you start off with IBCA, right? Or did you start off like unsanctioned and then IBCA, and now are you purely CBA now?
No, so I did start off with IBCA, and I was doing purely IBCA, and I actually only went to my first CBA because I was chasing a trophy, and it was I had no idea that it really was a CBA. I just saw the trophy. I was like, I want to go try and get one of those. I didn't care what it was. And we had actually signed up for another IBCA that same weekend. I was calling the promoter, trying to get my money back, whatever, lost all my money there. And I told my wife, I was like, I just got this feeling we have to go. We have to go to this event. We ended up luckily hitting a first place rib and getting one of the trophies. And man, that was my first CBA, and it just felt so different from IBCA. And I didn't know if I liked it or if I didn't like it, if I'm being 100% honest, because it's a lot different. There's music playing when you get an award, so they're not going to call your name right away. They're going to play your walk-up song. So it's really cool. If you guys have never done a CBA and you guys ever come down to Texas, man, reach out to me. Let's plan it out, and I would love to have you guys. We can all set up near each other. Yeah, dude, for sure. Set up near each other and just cook. But so I really enjoyed that part of it. And so I cooked purely CBAs for the rest of the year because I just kind of wanted to see what I could do. So I started that in July. I only did half a year, and we were just right outside of the top 30 or 40, I believe. I can't really exactly remember. But this year we've done pretty much half IBCA, half CBA. It's all about really what's closest and what makes the most sense. CBA, I like it because it's a quicker turn-in, and a lot of the times you'll get the addition of pork, which I love cooking pork. But, man, the thing I really like about IBCA as well is that you have to turn in the same exact thing as everybody else. So, like, everyone's turning in 1 half chicken. Everyone's turning in 8 ribs. Everyone's turning in 8 slices only of brisket. And I feel like that really gets everybody to match up really well. Whereas in CBA, man, I can throw wings in there only. I could throw thighs in there only. So you can I feel like you can shy away from what you're not good at in CBA a little bit. Whereas like IBCA forces you to cook that half. So I like them both for different reasons. I do compete in more CBA than anything. But I'll compete in whatever. I mean, I did 1 KCBS and I loved it. To be honest, I loved it, but there's just very few here in Texas. I would love to do more of them. The wife and I had a blast doing that.
Was it hard for you? So like, it's on my bucket list to cook every organization, but was it hard for you? Like, cause CBA and KCBS are completely opposite on what they're looking for as far as like tenderness and, presentation and stuff like that. Was it hard for you to like? I'm so impressed with guys like Fred and Bill and Brad, which I mean, that dude, whatever, he can cook in Antarctica and figure something out. But
but that have mastered the flavor profiles throughout all of the
tenderness, like tenderness game. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like was it hard for you to make that adjustment for like KCBS tenderness because you're so used to knife and fork?
It really was. Honestly, I didn't really even know what I needed to go for. Right. I'm like, well, I mean, do I want the brisket to fold over my finger? Do I want it to? I had no real idea. So the one thing I can say about the KCBS that I did was I did what I wanted to do. I cooked everything a little bit tighter, and we did hit a 10th place brisket. So I was super happy about that at Danny Dietz, but everything else was just kind of like either middle or slightly above middle. And a lot of my bad scores, they were tenderness, right? Because man, IBCA and CBA, I am absolutely melting everything. You if I put a brisket slice over my finger, it's literally breaking into 4 pieces. That's how tender I cook it. But that's just not, you can't do that everywhere.
For KCBS,
yeah, you absolutely can't. It is tough. But like you said, Fred and Bill, absolute legends. I mean, I was actually talking to Bill. Bill and I are actually really good friends now. I was talking to him on the phone the other day, and I was like, dude, I can't believe that you just go wherever and win. I mean, I can because I know Bill, but it is so impressive to me that this dude can pick up and go to Louisiana or Arkansas or down south with me, and he wins everywhere. I'm like, dude, who are you?
And he's been cooking around the same time as us on the show, and it just makes me so sad that he is like light years ahead of us, and like he has like figured out the algorithm and he's just destroying everything he touches. Like he is now a full-time competition. Like that is his job.
Yeah.
He is a competition cook. And A, I'm salty and jealous. And B, that's just, I mean, it's impressive. It's so cool that he can turn, like he wins that much that it's just becoming like he's a prodigy of competition barbecue.
Yeah, and man, if you guys ever meet Bill, he's just the greatest dude ever.
Yeah.
I mean, he was there for my first ever GC. He actually got third. I was really hoping that we would be able to our GC together to get that picture. But man, I mean, when I tell you that dude was genuinely excited for me. There's a video of me when everybody knew I was going to win and they knew it was going to be my first one, and you can see him like, let's go, baby. Like, let's go. You know, he's like screaming and kind of like hitting my chest and genuinely excited for me. That dude he does all the right things for barbecue. And man, he's just one of the best ambassadors for barbecue for sure.
Right. Absolutely. No, man. I mean, him, like all the guys, like, so I've tried to be very strategic when it comes to like who I had on for Texas month. And, you know, Bill and Fred, I mean, they're two of the biggest, I'm sure, in the game down there.
Yeah, and Fred too, man. I mean,
speaking of the devil.
Oh wow, yeah.
There he is.
Devil, I was about to talk
What's
good
up,
about
Fred?
him, and then he hopped on. Now I'm scared, man.
He heard about it, man. He heard about it. Man, he looks like such a G in that picture. Look at him.
Right, with the brisket hat.
Really tough picture.
There you go, gangster.
No, man.
Is that a Facebook profile picture?
That is his Facebook profile picture.
Man, that looks
Man's
good.
a G, dude. Man's a G.
No, Fred, another dude, man. That's just great for Texas barbecue, and the thing that he's done, and the things that he continues to do for people, and just really helpful. Man, I've talked to him about cooking and all that stuff, and he's president of CBA, and man, he just a super humble dude for all the stuff that he's accomplished. And you know, those are the types of things that hopefully one day we can be looked at in the same limelight as those guys, you know.
Right. I mean, that's I feel like that's a goal for all of us here,
Sure.
you know, to get your name out and to get you know, some little bit of recognition, and like for people to like, I'm sure like when Fred rolls up into a contest or Bill rolls up into a contest, you're like, part of you's like, hey, you know, our friends, but the other part of you's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You're like, we're all fighting for second now.
Yeah, dude, honestly, I lick my chops because I love when they're there. Because
Nice.
if I get lucky, and we all know there's a lot of luck to it. If I get lucky and they're there, that to me is, you know, that's
Right.
what I want. I want the best there every time, all the time.
Alonso
cheer
doesn't
for-
want
cheer
any
for
hollow
whoever beat him.
victories.
Yeah. No, man. So like tell me the atmosphere. So I've done kind of a deep dive here on the Texas barbecue culture and Texas barbecue competition world here lately. So like the CBA looks like it's like a pretty good time. There's a lot of teams and everybody seems to, you know, it's kind of at its infancy as far as like you know, organizations in barbecue, but I feel like they figured out a lot of stuff in a short period of time, and it's still like people are having a good time, or is it everybody there pretty still? Like KCBS, I feel like we were at a huge contest in Nashville last weekend, and you know, 160 teams,
160
teams?
plus.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, there's a lot of friends. You know, seeing all your friends, but I mean, everybody's there like real serious. No one hangs out too much. Is that how it is in CBA, or is everybody still kind of hanging out, having a good time, and then, you know, game time you kind of shut down?
Tighten it up.
Yeah, I would say CBA is really, this is gonna sound super cheesy, right? But it's like really family oriented. The whole thing is like, you know, the last CBA that I was just at this past weekend, I'm with my buddy Kevin, I'm with my buddy Raul, and we literally park like in a little triangle, and we're all cooking right there in a little square together, and just going to dinner at Chili's the night before CBA champs. I mean, I'm hanging out with Bill. I'm Fred's driving around everywhere, and we're eating food and we're hanging out. But yeah, when it comes time to it, we all, you know, I guess put our game face on and really try and get this thing going. But man, CBA is really, I mean, it really feels like a very friendly atmosphere. And the same goes for IBCA. So one of my good friends, Zach Smith, he cooks in IBCA Chili's baby back ribs. Yeah, they're better than mine, Fred. Yeah, one of my good friends, Zach, he cooks in
Dude,
IBCA,
I've thought about
so
turning them in before.
I'm sure, I'm sure they would hit, bro. I really do think they'd hit.
You
Try
put
it this
'em on the-
weekend.
Put them on
Yeah.
the drum for like 30 minutes beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Try it this weekend, Logan.
I
right.
will. Can't get any words.
No, yeah, but same thing for IBCA. Like I was saying, my friend Zach, he cooks IBCA, and when I go cook at an event with him, it's the same thing. We set up next to each other, we hang out. You got Randall Kendrick, one of the greatest dudes I've ever met. Every time I go to an event and he's there, we'll try and have a good time together. And yeah, it's just, I feel like Texas barbecue is, you know, I have a lot of really good friends. Like it's weird to say, but I have like my real life friends and then I have my barbecue friends, but my barbecue friends are now my real life friends too. You know what I mean?
Makes complete sense.
For sure. Because like for example, Chance Vernon, he's in the chat right now. He's literally one of my best friends. Like grew up in the same town and everything. We don't barbecue together, but like Rini Gonzalez is also in the chat. He's one of my better friends that I've made from barbecue, and they've been in the same place together with me. And it's like, we're good. Right. Rini makes fun of me all the time with my shoes and my, and one time I almost broke my ankle in an event. I had an ankle strap on there, and we have a lot of fun, man. We just go back and forth. There's a lot of, what's going on, Andrew? There's a lot of heckling going on around here. It's a good time, man.
That is good, man. That is good, dude. So kind of like switching over to more competition-based stuff.
Mhm.
You know, very serious question here. You're talking about, you know, walk-up songs, stuff like that. Like, what's in the playlist of Gulf Coast Smoke? Like, what if I walk into that trailer? Like, what's going to be jamming? You know, Taylor Swift, Spice Girls. Like, what's going on here?
So, man, there's a few songs that I have to listen to every single time that I'm cooking. So I'm gonna pull up my phone. I'm not texting or being rude or anything, but so
Man, do what you got to do.
yeah. So there's one song is called "Enemy" by Imagine Dragons. So I have to listen to that every
I like
time.
that.
Good song.
I have to listen to "Dirty Harry" by Gorillaz every single time.
Solid
Fantastic.
song. Going deep cut there.
Yeah,
Deep
I have
cut.
to listen to "A Pistol to My Temple" by Scaring Kids.
Yeah.
Sounds worse than it actually is.
No,
And then
no,
of
I know
course-
SKSK.
yeah, and then "Here We Go Again" by Floyd Wonder, which is actually my walk-up song.
Okay.
There you go.
And then
There you go.
"Draft Day" by Drake. So those like
Nice.
so if you literally look through my phone, like they're in the recents because I play them so much,
Oh.
you know.
So
And yeah,
But that's a very diverse playlist.
oh
Yeah,
yeah. So and you know, one of the I'm always so I tell people this all the time, right? I'm a Christian man. I'm very proud to be a Christian man. I'm not the best Christian, but I'm trying to be a good man. So I'll always listen to at least one gospel song in the morning, and then I tell everybody, I'm like, hey, we gotta praise the Lord, and then we can go back to the gangster rap. You know what I mean? We gotta we'll go back.
are you with me?
Yeah, we gotta praise the Lord real quick. So
Dude, I forgot all about GP.
yeah,
Stomp, baby.
Whoa.
No, man. That's let's see. Our your walk-up song's a lot more gangster than ours. Ours is Reading Rainbow theme song.
Well, I
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah.
just because no one's going to let you use the DMX version.
They're not, unfortunately.
Chance is
Yeah.
right too. I am a gigantic fan of that Mexican OT
There
right
you
now.
go.
So I
Okay.
listen to a bunch of that Mexican OT. Like, and I recently bought like a speaker, and my buddy Kevin Hernandez, because you know I wake up at 5, I start early, and
Sure.
he walks up to me, he's like, "Bro, you're really jamming this loud this early? Like, at least wait till 7 a.m." I was like, "Hell no, bro, we're getting it already. Let's go!" Like, and so I really like listening to that Mexican OT a lot too. But I don't have a specific song from him. I'll just let it
Yeah.
play on shuffle.
There you go.
Houston, that sounds like us, doesn't it?
Yo, yeah, I think we.
Our neighbors like hate us or love us because we're playing like DJ mixes like our favorites, two friends, Big Booty Mix 23. And
Dude, one of my best friends, they love the Big Booty remixes, and we'll get in Discord all the time. Oh, dude, that's
so good.
They bang,
Like,
dude.
They do bang.
hard, and I got this huge like boombox speaker that jam
Block
out,
rocker.
Yeah. And I'm freaking like I'm a huge guy, like 6'9". I'm out there in a patio like dancing and cooking, and
the trailer's shaking because we never set any of the legs up on it.
No.
Bro, horrible sight.
Oh, hey, I see you watching.
Yeah,
I see you watching. No, but man, music's such a like integral part. I think in like majority of cooks nowadays. Like, you know, it kind of sets your mind right. It's like, all right, it's game time. And just put you in that right mood. Like, I gotta put on like certain songs when I trim chicken, or I'm gonna kill myself. Most of the time, you know, I gotta like, or I put on like a podcast, or like I'll put on like your YouTube, like straight up like your little pod and our YouTube channel. Like, I gotta hear like something to like keep my mind off how stupid this hobby is that we were trimming chicken at 11 o'clock at night. But
I know. It's crazy.
Life decisions.
Man, but you know what? Like, we could all be doing worse stuff. So looking at that way, right?
Stuff.
Yeah, I think we've all done worse stuff. So barbecue is not a bad thing for us to be doing.
A lot less productive hobbies or habits.
Yeah,
amen. Man. Our wives will allow this hobby, so I guess there's that.
Definitely gets out of trouble.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. No, but so one of my favorite questions to ask our guest, which we all know what my most current, or me and Houston's most current one was, greatest failure in barbecue.
2 seconds.
So for Alonzo, you don't know that everybody else in our fans do. We just got our first DQ.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. And of course, it's always the good cook. It's never that shit cook, you know, that you're like, oh, I was gonna hang it up anyways. No, it was one of the better ones we've done, and we're literally putting the box on the table, and the dude goes, no gracias, and just turns it away. So what is one of yours that you like stand, because you know that's gonna like it has like seared itself into my soul, and it will never happen again. So it's a good thing. But what is one that never. Shut up. What is one thing that's happened to you that you've either grown from or you still hit on?
Man, so I know this is going to sound boring, but competition-wise, I thankfully, right, knock on wood, have not had any really bad memories. We thankfully have not gotten any DQs, and everything has kind of gone a little bit pretty smooth for us. Now, as far as making YouTube videos, there's most definitely one that sticks out to me. So, man, we were trying to do a breakfast sandwich video one time, and I wanted to do it like a breakfast on a bun. That's something that they make at Whataburgers here in Texas. And
I love Whataburger.
Oh man,
we got 4.
There you go.
What? How does Clarksville have 4 Whataburgers?
Because that's all we got. All right, continue, Alonzo.
You're good. And man, when I tell you it took me 4 tries to make this video. Like, I couldn't make the eggs. It just absolutely killed me. I don't know what I couldn't make the eggs on the griddle, and I was getting so mad. And we filmed it, and then my wife edited it. I was like, no, that's trash. She's like, it's not even that bad. I'm like, no, it's trash. We did it again. No, it's still trash. And again and again. And we finally got it. And I still hated the video, but she's like, dude, we've rebought these same ingredients so many times. We just have to post this. So we ended up posting it, and I don't even know how well or bad or good or bad the video did. But man, things like that stick with me. We had a video that went super viral also. And so I'm from South Texas. I'm Hispanic. So I can say tortilla, but like for me and my family, like tortilla is the way we say it.
Tortillas.
Right. And so I was saying it like that in the video, and they're like, this guy's not even Mexican. Like, F this guy. I'm like, what are you talking about? And so I will now never say tortilla again on a YouTube video. I'm just gonna say
Tortilla.
tortilla or tortilla or whatever one wants to hear
Tortilla.
because
You
I
can do
got
tortilla.
so roasted. I was like,
Dude,
man,
he
this-
can't even get his LAs.
right? Like this guy sucks. He's not. Why are you saying it like you're Hispanic? You're not Hispanic. A lot of people think I'm like Hawaiian or something, you know, because I got small eyes. You know,
Dude,
it
have you-
happens all the
have
time.
you seen- Dude, have you seen that TikTok? Are you on TikTok? Are you on the Tiki Takis?
Yes,
No.
yeah.
No, have you seen that TikTok video of that guy? It was like he's light complected like white guy, and he's Mexicano, and he goes he's ordering a food truck in like perfect Spanish, and the guy's like, yeah, okay, sure, you want spicy, no problem. He said he's like talking Spanish to him. He's like, no man, I'm Mexicano, and he goes, yeah, okay, whatever you say.
Yeah, I actually have seen that. Yes, I have.
Put on the Mexican flag and stuff. I'm like, what do you want me to do?
I think that's the guy, the Pedro guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, that's
Hootie.
awesome, man. Oh man, you scared him off there. No,
Would you put me backstage?
that's hilarious though. But the good thing about YouTube though, like you can edit those. Like we screw up all the time on live, and it's just like and pivot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, the video did so good. I was like, well, the good and the bad come with this. So let's just let that
People
video
love
keep
that
pumping
stuff, though.
numbers. It's over, man. It's over 2 million views, so I'm not really too mad about it.
Holy
Heck
crap,
yeah.
that's amazing, dude. Yeah, I would. Dude, screw ups are like people love to laugh, and like I think it's fantastic. You post your like some of my favorite videos are like people screwing up or falling or the funny dog speakovers. Those are
Yeah.
amazing.
Dude, one of the variations to this question I also like asking on the competition side, do you have any fun stories about like the worst thing you ever boxed and got a call on?
Oh yeah, dude, for sure. So I've never admitted this, but there's been I don't know if you guys know, but I do post mostly every single picture of the boxes that we turn in on
Yes, I know.
Saturdays. So there's been times when I've posted an old picture, just a different angle, because I'm like, that was not good. So man, one time my buddy Travis and my dad and we were all in Sinton, and man, I cooked my ribs, wrapped them, and then I opened them to kind of check on them, and I was like, dude, something smells like shrimp. And my daughter was like, Dad, are you cooking fish or something? Like, what is going on? And the ribs, I'm 99.999% positive, like they were rotten.
They came from a pig.
Yeah, like,
Rancid.
they were rancid. Because I went to sniff them and I was like, oh my God, that is disgusting. And I just finally was like, man, I mean, we have to turn them in. Otherwise, we're 100% DQ'd. Okay. We're 100%.
No risk no biscuit.
Yeah. So me and my friend, I'm like cutting ribs and I'm like, okay, taste this one. Oh, that was gross. Throw that away. And then like we're tasting the next one. Oh, that was disgusting too. We're like, okay, that one's not too bad. So the one next to it shouldn't be too bad. Okay. So then I finally got 8 ribs. I finally got 8 ribs that I could get into the box. And I was just like, I turned it in. And when I tell you, we're like, it's no big deal. We're not going to get a rib call, but maybe we'll get, a brisket call or whatever. And then we end up hitting a 3rd place rib. And I swear to you, we all literally started cracking up. Like, and people were probably like, what is wrong with these guys? Because we thought there was no way. I mean, I promise you those ribs were 100% rancid. Like, they were disgusting. And I have no idea how we hit that day. I have no
We've all
idea.
had that happen. Hey, do you ever had
That's
that
rough.
happen? Like where you open the bag, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, but usually it's at the house on a Tuesday. I can go get some more. So
Yeah, for sure. But what was weird is that I didn't notice the smell until after, like I cooked them and I opened the wrap, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the guy that is down to cook rancid ribs. I'm not. Like,
right.
I don't think that's fair to the judges. I know we've all done it, right?
Or
And probably
ethical,
yeah, it's not ethical. So I'm not down to do it on purpose. But I was like, what is going on? And really, my daughter was like, Dad, are you cooking fish or something? Yeah. And so I was like, what do you mean? And then I didn't want to admit it to myself, but then finally I was like, oh yeah, something's wrong here. But yeah, we hit a third place rib, and you know,
There you go.
yeah,
They like that. They like
Awesome.
that fish stuff, man.
yeah.
Fermented
There you go,
ribs.
Logan.
Maybe there's a market for it.
Yeah, you never
Yeah.
know, bro. Shoot.
Yeah. Hey,
Those
Alonzo,
punches are still sitting on the toilet.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Good for it.
Probably, Fred.
Probably.
It is,
man.
Fred.
Hey, Alonzo. So being from Texas or whatever, we ask a lot of the KCBS guys, and we kind of get the same answers. But I'm curious to say, like, if you could do, because it's hard to pick just one, but if you could do like a meet Rushmore, who would be on whose faces would we see?
Man, on my meet Rushmore, it would be number one would be Malcolm Reed. So
Sure.
I know we're like kind of talking about competition people, but like that guy just
Solid
paved.
choice. He's
No.
on mine
Okay.
too.
Okay, so like
Anybody you
I'm-
want to talk about?
the way that I do this is like people that have influenced me a lot in barbecue in general. So Malcolm Reed, number one. I don't think I would be doing what I'm doing without that guy being alive and opening this platform for a lot of us.
Love you, Malcolm.
Yeah. Shout out Malcolm for everything.
He's a big fan. Watches every week.
Yeah, he's in the comments right now. He's saying Alonzo's a great guest.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and even though he's been giving me a lot of crap lately, I got to put my buddy Rini Gonzalez on there because, man, he when I first started cooking, the advice that guy gave me when it came to competition barbecue was it changed a lot of stuff for me, and then my last one's got to be, man, the last one's so hard because there's a lot of people, but I think I'm gonna have to put Bill Purvis there. Because, man, I've had so many conversations with Bill till late nights about cooking and, about content, about business. And when it comes to barbecue, those guys have really, 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 really done a lot for me. And, a close one in there would be Kevin Hernandez. My pits are burning. I would throw Fred in there really, really close, but I got to stick with those three for now.
Hey man, that's a solid core you got there, man. Like I said, I think Malcolm Reed, if we're all being honest, is going to be on about everybody. So without him, none of us would know what to do with our first tournament.
Yeah, you're not lying, man.
We all everybody on this page or on this podcast right now has cooked his competition meats. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I still remember that video. Today we're talking spare ribs.
Yeah,
and it's like I'm like, dude, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. There's nobody.
He's the GOAT, man. He's the GOAT. I'm gonna start doing like a countdown. You see on TikTok, like day one of trying to get Malcolm Reed on the podcast. Here we go. Starting off day one right here. We're starting
Day
off.
one. Hit us up.
Day one.
Yep.
Shout out Malcolm Reed. No, if you could change one thing about competition barbecue, what would it be?
Oh man, that's tough. No chicken.
Interesting.
No chicken, because that's my nemesis, and I feel like without chicken, I would have had plenty more GCs by now.
There you go.
Do you do thighs, or do you do more of the knife and fork stuff?
So, man, I have cooked everything except for legs. Right now, I'm laser focused on getting a half chicken right.
Yeah.
But there was a time when, I was running thighs, and then I ran wings only. But right now I'm focusing on half chickens and half chickens only. Yeah, shout out to Mark Williams as well. Swine Life, a really good buddy. And that dude has also helped me a lot in barbecue. And I've had a lot of conversations with that guy too. So all great dudes.
Good deal. What are your some of your goals for this year?
Man, not really something that I talk about, but we'll put it out there into the world and hopefully it happens. I'm a big dreamer.
Baby.
I'm a big time dreamer. So I want 100,000 YouTube subscribers. That's
There you go.
That's my biggest thing. I'm gonna shoot for the stars, and if I don't reach it, at least we'll be hopefully close. And number two is to, man, this one's hard. Well, so obviously I want to get top 10 in CBA. That's a huge goal of mine, but man, it's so hard to 100% be able to go after that, because especially now with like my son starting T-ball, There's been some changes at work where I'm going to have to be on call a lot more now. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but my goal in the beginning of the year was to get top 10 in CBA. And those are my two biggest for sure.
Awesome, man.
Cool.
Solid goals, man. Solid goals.
Fantastic.
Solid.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Like
sir.
I said, I know 100K is it's a lot, but man, I truly believe we can do it. So we'll just
Oh
keep
man,
shooting for it.
you're a third of the way there, man. Like I would love to get where you are right now with our followers and subscribers. It's I
Right.
feel like it's hard. I feel like I've like devoted a lot of my attention to this podcast and like kind of shied away from the middle child that is Small Batch Barbecue page. People don't realize like how much work and effort go into. I'm sure like with your content you put out in your YouTube and you have a podcast. Check out this podcast, and then everything else you do with the Facebook content and everything like that. It's a lot. It's
a
like
lot.
a second. It's a
True.
second job essentially, but
For sure.
but it's so rewarding. I feel like that you feel like especially with the numbers you got, that you get the love. You feel like people are listening to what I'm saying and people are interested in my opinions on stuff. So I truly think you can hit 100K, man. You're doing great stuff.
I appreciate it. And you guys are absolutely right. I mean, it's for me, it's all obviously a dream, right? But we're sitting here for a reason. We take this seriously. Whether we're having
Sure.
fun or not, we all take it seriously. And I think that's step number one. I think taking this seriously and realizing that there is 100% a way to make this work. We all just have to figure out how to. And as much fun as I do have, man, the wife and I are consistently trying to figure out what's next. How can we be better? It's a constant thing for us. Like, I mean, we have to film our podcast tomorrow, and we always want to see what we can do to be better. We're always looking for feedback. We're trying to look at analytics and what are people watching? What are they not watching? If they're watching this, let's do more of this. If they're not watching that, don't do that as much. And yeah, there's a lot to it, like you guys know, but man, I love what you guys are doing. And man, just don't. For me, I think that when I stopped looking at numbers is when we started to grow numbers. So I was the guy in the past where, man, I'm opening up YouTube Studio every single day and refreshing it to see, like, do we have more subscribers? Did we get views on that video? Is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? When I stopped doing that is when I feel like things started going up, because one of my things that I tell myself is create, don't consume, right? Consuming content is cool, but creating content is better. So I'm going to create. I don't need to consume. That's
Sure.
the way I kind of look at it.
So
Sure,
less
sure.
trend chasing.
For me, I think being who we are has really helped us, because like if you guys watch a video, you'll see my kids in the background. And we're not going to hide them. They're our kids. We're in the background
Right.
cooking. I'm not going to tell them. I'm not going to yell at them to shut
Yeah.
up because we want to. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be times when I'm like, hey guys, we're about to film something. If you could just keep it down, don't scream. Right. But I'm not going to stop my kids from being kids. And this is literally what we do as a family. So whether the camera's on or off, this is who we are.
Right. I feel like people, like I talked to one of my, before we did this one, my favorite's Right on Cue podcast now, but before this one, like I said, we talked to Rusty, man. Like I reached out to him because his show is fantastic and it was one of my favorites. And just talking to him, he said, just be authentic, and just don't force it too much. I feel like when you're not authentic, when you're trying to fake a persona, like it can work for a short period of time, but people are going to snuff that out.
For sure.
And the people like Malcolm Reed, he literally just that guy. He's not trying to fake nothing. He's that guy. He's the guy everybody wants to have a beer with and hang out and grill anything. I think pretty sure I would grill rodents with him if it meant I could hang out with him. But
No, but I feel like the other
you-
advantage to that is not painting yourself into a corner on that
Sure.
persona. Like
For
if
sure.
you become popular for a persona that is not you, that is you going forward on your project.
Yeah.
Sure.
No,
Sure.
for sure. And I I will say in the very beginning, I feel like I wasn't being who I am. I was trying so hard to be like Malcolm Reed or like Matt Pittman or any of these guys that are popular on YouTube. And I literally got called out one day on a comment. Someone was like, man, stop trying to be Malcolm or somebody else. Like, be who you are. And I'm like, man, I guess I didn't realize that I was doing that. But I'm, of course, watching their content. Their content's good. So
Sure.
I'm trying to kind of emulate what they're doing. But at the same time, I just need to be who I am.
Right. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, man, that's some solid advice that you give everybody to like that's out there thinking about starting up their own like YouTube page or podcast or anything like that. Like, just be yourself, and the stuff will come. Just kind of find your niche and just stay in that lane, and just do your thing, and people will respect that and follow that.
Yeah. And be harsh on yourself. If your videos and your stuff isn't good, man, look for feedback from people. Reach out to somebody and say, hey, man, look, seriously, what did you think of that video? Like, don't just tell me that it was great because you're my friend. If you thought that the angle was like, I have a couple of friends who I mean, sometimes it would piss me off what they would say, but they were right.
Yeah.
And then you try and get better and you try and learn. And man, it's like I said, now it's what we do. We try and make really good videos, and that's what we'll try and continue to do.
So for me, for sure, man. My favorite criticism is negative, honestly. Because negative. I mean, positive is always fun. It's a pat in the back, but negative's going to be, especially constructive. Solely constructive. Constructive criticism's the best thing to get because you can grow on that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, positive criticism is a rocking chair. Gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's a good saying there for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So now we're towards the end of our podcast, where it's one of our favorite times. It's the Brothers Q Barbecue Supply Lightning Round, man. Brought to you by Brothers Q Barbecue Supply for all your barbecue needs. Check them out.
Hey, can we get like a DJ Khaled style air horn for when you do that read?
I'll work on that.
Okay,
I'll work on that, man. I don't have my DJ Khaled air horn. Hold on, maybe I can make that work. Let me try it again. Yeah, it's our favorite time of the show. Brothers Barbecue Supply. Yep. You messed me up, man. Brothers around. I hate you, Houston. Here you go. Yeah, there we go. No, but yeah, so we're gonna AJ's gonna ask you some questions and just short answers. Don't think about it too hard. Religion, politics, all the good stuff.
Yeah,
and see what you say.
All right,
here we go.
Take
man.
it away, AJ.
All right. So, favorite thing to cook at home?
Eggs.
Favorite category to cook?
Ribs.
One thing that you always have in your trailer other than your thermopan?
My Bible.
What is one thing that you know now that you wish you knew at the beginning of your barbecue career?
That they used a plastic fork and knife. I had no idea in the beginning. I literally had no idea. I was the guy that was like, oh no, it's got to be perfect bite through, not come off the bone. So I wish I would have known that.
KCBS, man. You should have been KCBS. We're born for it.
Yeah.
So I think you already answered this question, but our next one is if you could have a walk-up song, what would it be?
Here we go again by Floyd Wonder.
There we go.
What is your favorite barbecue restaurant in Texas?
Oh, dude, that's tough. Burnt Bean.
Oh, man.
Burnt Bean's absolutely.
Ernest.
Yeah.
Burnt Bean might do a clean sweep on this question.
Burnt Bean,
Texas month.
Incredible, dude.
He's got one more week. We'll find out.
Do you want to ask the last one, Logan?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I added this one as we were talking. Out of we'll talk about this just for a moment because I did skip over this. I do apologize. But out of all your barbecue rubs that you have 3 of them, correct?
We have 4.
4. My apologies.
You're good.
I want to fire my assistant. No,
me.
Out of all your rubs, which one's the best?
The best and the most versatile is that's a tough question. So, man,
if you can only eat one, What would it be?
If I could only eat one for the rest of, it would have to be Southern Belle.
Okay.
All right, man.
Yeah, so it's
Where can they pick that up at?
It's made for beef, but it's just good on everything. You could go to GulfCoastSmoke.com. If you guys shoot me an address, I'll send each of you guys a bottle.
Awesome,
My man, dude.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it, brother.
Really appreciate that, dude.
And we also got another one that I'll send to you. It doesn't have a label on it, but it's coming out soon. So I'll send you guys all the rubs we got.
VIP,
Awesome,
man.
brother.
Yeah.
VIP
Thank you, man.
treatment,
Yeah.
VIP treatment. So, hey, dude, Alonzo, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. I know,
Yes.
with being a family man, you had to rush home from T-ball, and I'm so happy your kid, kicked ass.
Yes, sir.
But do you have sponsors, and also where can people find you at? Let them know.
Yeah, so our I'll be right out, buddy. Give me just a second, okay? You don't got your shirt on, bud. Go over there.
Oh hell, join
He's
him
got
up.
the gun show. Take him up to the gun show.
I'll be right out, buddy. Sorry, buddy. Love you. Okay, so you said sponsors and where can people find me, right?
Yep, man. Shout out
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, so you can find us at Gulf Coast Smoke on every single platform. Our biggest one that we're primarily on is YouTube, so look us up, Gulf Coast Smoke on YouTube.
Check them out.
Shout outs, number one, obviously my wife, Sabrina, is a huge part of Gulf Coast Smoke, and what we do. Without her, we're not elevated nearly as much as we are. You guys might see my face, but she is absolutely a mastermind behind the camera and in the editing room. So shout out to my wife. Thank you for everything that you've done for us. My dad, who goes to every single competition with me, doesn't have to, but man, I'll be at work and this dude's like, hey, I'm going to go pick up your trailer, and he'll drive my trailer wherever and he'll park it. And man, he hangs out with us, does dishes, tastes my food, gives me honest feedback. He's
Hear that, Dad?
Yeah, he's a badass, bro. He's a
My
badass.
dad's black and David Chestnut.
Yeah, no, my dad's a super badass. Of course, shout out to my boys, Chance V, Rini, all those guys that I cook with, Kevin, everybody, Raul, Zach. Just shout out to my barbecue homies. You guys know who you are. And then, of course, Weber Grills, B&B, IC Tech, How to Barbecue Right, and Tuttle's Meat Market and Grocery. They support us, and they kind of help us along our journey, and they've supported us for a while. So appreciate all the support from those guys. And one more time, thank you guys for having me on. You guys are doing awesome stuff, and it's really fun to watch.
No, man. Well, thank
Awesome,
you for A, watching, and B, coming on the show, man. We're trying to keep up with you, Big Daddy, man. We're gonna
No
one day
joke.
be a big kid
Yes,
like
sir.
you.
Man, you guys, like I said, it's I'm a normal guy just like you, man. It's just keep doing what you do and you'll get there. I promise you. Just head
Maybe
forward,
we'll
work hard.
Maybe we'll see each other at the
They're
Webbies.
full heart, man. Can't lose.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Dude, like I said, anytime you guys want to come to Texas, reach out to me. Let's plan something. Man, I can
do it.
drive. I can drive up north. We can plan a cook. I can hopefully pull some of my barbecue friends too. We'll get a big group, film a bunch of content, and man,
Let's
maybe
do
do
it,
an
man.
on-site
I
podcast.
want to do a collab, man. Small batch in Gulf Coast, man, and Norella, he's all right too.
Dude, it's on my
do a
mind, man.
dude. That sounds awesome, man. Dude, thank you, Alonzo, so much for coming on the show. I can't wait to watch yours tomorrow night. Right? Releasing it tomorrow night.
No,
Tune in.
so I'm sorry. We're filming it tomorrow, and it comes out every Friday at 7:30 a.m. And if you guys don't like you guys personally, if y'all don't have me on Facebook, add me so we can kind of create a group
Absolutely.
message and be in contact with each other.
Absolutely,
Awesome,
man. Well, dude, we can't wait, man. Can't wait to do that collab, and you have to show me
Sure.
around some Texas barbecue joints. Give me in the skip the line at Burnt Bean if you can work some magic.
Man, let's go, dude. We have to go on a Sunday. Their breakfast is fire. and
I
then
heard
we'll go do some stuff.
Fred said the same thing. Like,
Dude.
I want to go
Bro.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all the days.
So we should go on a Sunday, eat breakfast real early, go hang out, do some stuff, come back for lunch. That'll
I'm
be,
down. I don't even have to leave. I can just just hang out in the
hang
back.
out,
Man.
look at the pits, drink some beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I-
No,
There you go. Sound like
I'm
fun
down.
time right there.
I've
I'm
got a
down,
need for
baby, I'm
some.
down.
I need some chilaquiles soon.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
no, dude, yeah.
Yeah,
Everything they have with their burnt bean is spot on, dude. It like
Oh,
you guys got no idea. So if y'all make it down here, man, lunch is on me.
okay.
Oh, my man. I appreciate that. I'm a big boy. You shouldn't have said that. All right, Big Daddy, man. Thank you so much for coming on. Tell the family I said hello, and
For sure.
can't wait to see the videos, man. Good
Man,
talking to
I
you, buddy.
appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Thank you again. Okay.
Thank
All
you,
right,
man.
Thank you.
Dude, once again, what a great no, man, what a great guy and a great guest, dude.
That's fantastic.
He is killing it on the social media, and he is killing it in the CBA. So if you guys have not checked out his stuff, make sure to check out Gulf Coast Smoke. I'm excited. I'm excited to try this rub and the new one, the unreleased. We're gonna get the VIP package, dude.
Oh, I know.
Houston, AJ, when are you gonna come out with a rub, dude?
Man,
Like
when I first started, I honestly that was my goal.
Sure.
And now it's not.
It's on my list, dude. I want to come out with small batch rub so bad. I was trying to think like what Noralis rub could be, like sister cousin, pork rub.
Oh yeah. Or
familyreunion.com dating site beef rub. Check it out.
Or I was thinking, once we beat you and win this $200 bet, I might come out with
You ain't
one.
doing it, dude. You're
And
starting
then,
off hot. You're starting off hot.
I mean,
I'm coming up, man. Let's get some stuff.
You got to come with it. I mean, you got to at least turn it in first to have a chance.
Shut up. The only reason you beat me is because I didn't turn it in. Let's be honest.
Okay, I want to be very clear on it. We did turn it in.
They didn't accept it.
They just didn't take it.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. But no, dude. So we got Athens coming up, the Buc-ee's Invitational.
Buc-ee's Invitational
here, dude. They need to rename that, right? Can we talk to somebody? Buc-ee's Invitational. That would get 100 teams.
Yes, absolutely.
No, but I can't wait for that. The Buc-ee's Invitational. I'm calling it. I don't care. Buc-ee's Invitational. They're in Athens, Alabama. It's going to be a great time. I'll see you Friday. Next week, man. We can last week in the beautiful state of Texas month. We have some like solid hitters, and we may or may not have another monster secret stash coming up here soon. So stay tuned. But yeah, man, we got Chris. Has been fun. So the next for sure. The next guest is I'm kind of a fanboy of. We got Chris from Lone Star Grills. Nice. As you guys know, Lone Star Grills makes some of my favorite grills and the best pellet grill. I'll say it, the best pellet grill on the market. So if you guys haven't checked out Lone Star Grills, check them out. And I cannot wait for my cabinet pellet smoker to arrive someday. And we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's gonna be fun to talk to him. That'll be our first pit builder on this show. But yeah, man. So great day, great time, good pod. You guys have anything you want to say? Any shout outs, grievances, or moaning?
Oh man, just get signed up for these contests, man. They filling up quick. Make sure you get signed up for the double and honor May 4th and 5th.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be that's gonna be bigger than Pooch Q. You got to sign up, buddy.
I will if I never figure out how to pronounce that city.
Indiana. We're working on it. We're working on it.
Indiana. It's recent. It's okay. We know you from almost Kentucky, so it's okay.
We don't have all these vowels.
I can't say Indiana, and you can't say washer.
Say what?
I said I can't say Indiana. You can't say washer. You say washer. Don't lie.
Few extra R's.
Washer.
All right, boys. That's our show. We've gone over a little bit. Thank y'all for staying with us. It was a great show. Until next time, man. Make sure you're always right on cue. Right.
Right on cue, man.
Right on cue, baby. See you guys.
Peace.
That's all, folks.